Welcome back to 13C. Today we're taking a look at the brand new Integra integrally suppressed AR15 upper from Gemtech. Now this is recently released and it comes in either 300 blackout like you see it here or in 5.56. Now this is, as I said, it's integrally suppressed. It uses a G-core baffle system, and with this outer shroud that's permanently attached to the barrel, it allows it to be both user serviceable and one tack stamp, since it's got an overall barrel length of 16.1 inches. So let's get out on the range, we'll put some rounds through this, and then we'll come back and we'll give you some more details on it. So first things first, let's get this guy sighted in here. We've got the brand new Black Force 1000 from Nikon in for testing, and it's going to be making its debut here today. Well, go ahead and take a look at this. 3 rounds, 1, 2, and 3. These two are touching. This one down a little bit to the left. That's about ½ an inch grouping here from center to center. Quite impressive. Now we're at 50 yards, shooting some of the Subsonic, I believe it's 150 grain full metal jacket. Anyway, we're gonna adjust this up, shoot another grouping, and go from there. So right out of the gate, we've got 2 rounds touching again, and another one just up and off. So again, another ½ round grouping here at 50 yards. Quite impressive. And maybe it's me just pulling that extra round. I'm not sure. We're going to see. Obviously, the other thing you're noticing right out of the gate here, I obviously did not take into account that I'm not at 100 yards, I'm at 50 yards, and I did my adjustments just kind of based on that. So we're going to have to double these up and move it over. And, well, you guys will get a third grouping here at 50 yards. So here we are with our third and final grouping at 50 yards. We've got 1, 2 right here next to each other, and the third one over to the right. I pulled that a little bit, it looks like. Opens us up to just over an inch grouping here. So I'm gonna do a couple more clicks, adjust this up a little more, and then I'm pushing us out for our next grouping out to 100 yards here, so we can get some results on that and see, hopefully we'll be pretty close here to the center. Again, we're sticking with 300 supers for right now. We'll get that next grouping in there, and then we'll drop down to some subsonic. We've moved over to our 100-yard firing location, and as you can tell, we've got some decent winds here that are kicking up. We're going to fire 3 rounds down there, see how they do. I'm not sure how useful they're going to be as these winds are shifting in and out from where we're at versus where we were hiding from behind our tree break earlier. So we'll see how she does. Go ahead and take a look. So here we are with our 3-round grouping from 100 yards. As you could tell, the wind was blowing us around pretty well down there. So we've got 2 rounds right here that are an inch apart, and then our furthest round taking into this one down here and to the left is going to be almost exactly 2 inches, maybe just a little shy of that. Given our crosswinds where we're at, the little orange flag blowing around there, I took that as I was walking over here. That's set right at the 50-yard line, kind of in between where we were shooting, just to give you an idea of the crosswinds of where we have to shoot from our 100-yard line today. So anyway, we're going to try and get ourselves into some of the less windy spots here as we're blocked by a couple of these tree lines to get you guys some good audio quality. So we've got a little bit of wind issue going on in the range right now. We're kind of tucked into an alcove here. Let's go over the features of this. Really quick channel update for those of you who have inquired why the videos have been kind of slow over the past month. There really hasn't been anything. I was on vacation for a week, and then as soon as I got back, I had to go into surgery. So doing doing much better now, pretty much back up to 100%. So there's the good news, and the reviews should be coming fast and furious from this point forward here. I got a bunch of stuff backed up we're going to blow through really quick. After thorough testing anyway, like this Black Force 1000 from Nikon here, I'm using it on this upper here today, just getting some more time and experience with it, because this will be one of the next reviews coming up. Great BDC reticle in here, ranging estimates for different 3-gun competitions, and some real life stuff applications you can put this into as well. So this review will be coming up here pretty shortly, so definitely stick around for that. As we already said, this is the Integra from Gemtech. It's available in either 5.56 or the 300 blackout like you see it here. The rail up front here that you see is from Seekins Precision. It does have Picatinny all the way down the top, a full line all the way to the back here. Comes with a bolt carrier group and a charging handle, the Bravo Company charging handle here with the extended latch, which is nice to see them include one of those. Your overall length here on the barrel is 16.1 inches, so this only requires one tack stamp. This isn't an SBR. This outer shroud is pinned onto the barrel itself. So what that allows you to do is take a socket wrench adapter, like most of the Gemtechs, ratchet it off, and you can pull this monocore straight out, their G-core as they call it, for servicing purposes. So with that 16.1 overall length, you've got on the 5.56 version a 10.5 inch barrel with a 1 7 twist, and then on the 300 blackout like you see it here, a 10 inch barrel, which would then of course equate to a 6.1 inch silencer core inside of here, with a 1 8 twist barrel for this 300 blackout. Sound suppression ratings, Gemtech numbers on this, 131 decibels for 5.56, 128 decibels for 300 blackout. So that equates to about a 26 decibel reduction for the 5.56 and about a 29 decibel reduction for the 300 blackout. Again, those are the numbers direct from Gemtech. I don't have any other independent numbers or verifications, let's say from Silencer Shop, for example, on this guy yet. It's just too new at this point, and as this video goes live, this is probably going to be one of the first 1 or 2 in the wild reviews that you'll probably wind up coming across at this point. Both the tube, the core, and the gas block on this are titanium. The upper itself is 7075 T6 aluminum. And this upper is full auto rated. So first we're going to start off with some 150 grain supersonic ammo. All right, now we're going to change that up to some Federal 300 blackout. This is their silencer suppressor brand ammo. We've had a lot of good luck with it in the past with a number of different calibers. So let's go ahead and give this another shot here out of this guy. It never surprises me just how much quieter the subsonic ammo is in the 300 blackout. Now that is impressive. This is the Federal Premium 220 grain suppressor ammunition I was usually used for sound testing purposes. Here we go, 3-round grouping, 1, 2, and 3. Basically just one big jagged hole right there. That is awesome. 1/4 of an inch maybe, and that was from 50 yards in real time. It's the end of the day. I was wrapping up, getting ready to actually pack up and go back, and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna throw this table back out, set up at 50 yards, fire 3 rounds in here, and just see what she's capable of with this higher quality ammunition. And there you go. That is quite impressive. That's going to be obviously by far my best grouping of the day, so I'm really happy with that. Again, 50 yards, 3 rounds with that Federal Premium suppressor ammo. Yet again, another reason why the consistency that we use quite a bit of that here on the channel, especially for our sound testing, so you guys have a very consistent baseline throughout, and there's no variation for that. Thank you again, everyone. We appreciate it. We'll talk soon. I'm sure one of the big questions we're going to get is how gassy is this system, and I would say not at all. I didn't notice any kind of crazy blowback or anything like that. They seem to have done a good job on this setup as far as mitigating the gas and not having a bunch of stuff coming back at you. So they did a great job on that as far as I'm concerned. We're going to fire a few more rounds of the Federal American Eagle suppressor brand ammunition. This is their 220 grain Subsonic. As I've said before, we've had great luck with this ammunition and we continue to, so that's why it's kind of a baseline for most of our testing here on the channel with 300 Blackout. We'll put a few rounds into the dirt, a few rounds into the steel, let you hear the difference here as we close it out. Thanks again. If you have any questions, leave them down below. You can find us facebook.com/gun reviews. We're also on Instagram. We are at 13C Gun Reviews. Don't forget to drop by 13c.us for articles, companion articles, and other articles for things that you don't find here on YouTube. As well as there's a link on there. You can visit our online store. And we're not doing a Patreon. A lot of you guys asked. The best way to support the channel, head on over there, 13c.us, 13cgunreviews.com. Click on the swag shop link up at the top. You can buy yourself a patch, some limited edition fight soap. We collaborated with them for an American Spring brand. It actually smells fantastic, does a really good job, a lot of essential oils in there and stuff like that. Guys may not understand completely what that is, but ask your wives or girlfriends about the essential oils and how beneficial some of those can be for you. Go ahead, check that out. Let's put our last few rounds down range, and thanks for joining us here today. Thanks, guys. Stay safe.